Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So that caught me out a little bit. I thought it was a bit longer than that, but never mind. Not the first time I've been caught out by length. Yeah, so I don't expect loads of people to be watching, which is I'm not disappointed because there's only one at the moment. So there was a message on there earlier that I saw from Crazy Loca, but that seems to have disappeared for some strange reason. I don't know why, but choice of YouTube. So the idea of this evening is we want to talk about the 48 and 48 that's coming up. So I brought together the parts of the committee to discuss and tell everybody there it is.
There's Crazy Loca.
There it is, yeah. 1 minute past 8. Hi, Crazy. So we're going to talk about the 48 and 48, what we've got planned for this year, what's coming up, and what goodies you can get hold of, what to look forward to, and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we're here for. So we're here with, obviously, Carl.
Hello.
And with Graham.
Hi.
And with Steph.
Hello.
So the reason I brought all this motley crew together is because they've all either been responsible for something or will be responsible for something during the event. And Graham is responsible for, or will be taking part, shall I say. Responsible is probably the wrong word.
I'm not responsible at all.
He looks scared and worried now. But yeah, he's going to do some helping us with some hosting. So he's going to be part of the UK's voice throughout the 48 hour, which will be quite fun. He's under orders, not if he doesn't want to get involved with a group build. But he says he's going to, so God help us. Carl is obviously here because Carl is our merch boy. He's going to go through the merch and explain everything that's going on. Maybe ask you some stuff from the audience as to what we've done and how they feel about it, etc., etc. And Steph is here because he is obviously our auctioneer, and he's been working very hard for several months. Bless his heart. So we're going to go through that in a minute. What I want to quickly do is just say hello to those that are watching. 6 people watching, so please say hello, and we will say hello back, obviously. As Carmel History says, hello. Crazy Loco's there. He's dancing and ready up for it. Already up for it, and it's only January. He's saying howdy. And Black Cat, obviously Graham, who's just disappeared. Yes. He's saying hello. And Scott, there he is. Scott from Junkworks is there saying good evening. Good evening, Scott.
Evening.
Right, so where should we start? So I think I'm going to talk a little bit about the event because it's not all about me, obviously, but so is. Obviously this year it's going to be slightly different in that we have our own website, which will have everything that you need. It will be the hub for the event going forward for the future. And that website is this. It is nice and easy, www.48-48.org. And what you'll see on the website is basically everything that you might need. So you'll have the timetable on there. You'll have the auction on there with the items listed per country, not necessarily in running order, so don't get caught out by that. And you'll have a breakdown of the host. You can sign up there as well, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do, if I come out of that a second, because I haven't done this for such a long time, as you can tell, I'm going to quickly show you the website itself. That one there, because I could have had this already, but that would have just been like easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
7p's.
I have it up if you want.
I don't quite know where to go with that. You'll need it. You'll need it for a bit anyway. So cool. So this is the website. As you can see, it's got a countdown, so you know exactly how many times you've got it to go. You've got your sign up there. So if you want to get involved, pop your name in there and your email address. And the main reason for that, I mean, obviously you can sign up for the event on the Facebook page, but the main reason for that is that the email address, we will collate that and we will keep it safe. We will not throw loads of crap at you. We won't sell the information or anything like that. But what it will do in the future will allow us to do a newsletter to send out to you to keep you informed of what's happened. And the hope is, not that anyone else knows about this apart from myself, the hope is that not only will we be able to keep you up to date when the event's coming, etc., and all that bits and pieces, but after the event, we'll be able to tell you what's happened with some of the money that's been raised. Maybe Malcolm will be kind enough to write a little piece for us, or maybe a beneficiary would want to do that, or something like that. So we're going to try and interact throughout the year in some form, not very often, but just to keep you up to date with stuff. As you can see at the top here, this will be on every single page. It's about the event, the host, the timetable, the donors, obviously the people that are donating stuff for us for the auctions, social media. So we have our 2 platforms, an album, which I'll come back to in a minute, the donate page. So if you want to make a donation, it's already up and live and running. There are 2 forms of doing it this year. There is a dedicated Just Giving page, but there is also a dedicated page for PayPal. So you can pay me, for example, which goes towards the charity event, etc. Then, like I said, you've got the auction and the merch. So that's all there, and that's how it's going to be going forward, basically. So that will allow us to, in the future, have that hub running. That's all paid for the next 5 years. So none of the money that we raise will come out of the money raised to pay for it. It's already been paid. I've paid it. Or Sprewbox actually has paid for it. Gone through the books, so it's a donation from us. But that's paid and set up. And there's also a contact at 48-48.org email address as well, which we will give out during the event, etc., if there are any issues or anything like that. But yeah, that's what that is there for. So yeah, it's quite a lot of changes and stuff. Obviously because it's a website that's been paid for, it will mean that the donators will be advertised on there for a year, for 12 months, as part of the a thank you for them donating stuff. But also the other thing that, like I said, about the album, so if you go on there now onto the album page, you'll find that everybody's work that they put in the reveal album last year is there already. So every year we will put a picture from the reveal album onto the website for the whole year. And what I'm willing to do is, if you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook group or page, and you'd like me to link that from your work on the web page for a year, I'm more than happy to do that for a donation. But you'll need to contact me about that, and it'll be an arrangement between us. But they'll all be up and running and above board. So the reason I've done it that way is to make sure that if anything happens, all the guys that are involved can carry on and do whatever they want with it, with the event. So it's not about me, it's not about Steph or Carl. It's, we all give our time, obviously, but if we moved on for some reason or whatever, the event can continue. And as long as Models for Heroes continue, I'm happy to support that and to make sure that's how it's there for the future. So that's all good. I'm going to hand over to someone else in a minute, because obviously I'm talking loads and who needs to listen to me. Crazy's saying, Steph is my wallet arch nemesis. He is, and your wallet is going to be stretched beyond all belief this year. I can tell you, but I'm gonna let him tell you about that in a minute. And we've also got Q idea updates and beneficiary projects, kits, etc. would be lovely. Yeah, well, that's.
I think that was an attempt at youth speak for cool.
Yes. Yeah. Well, as everyone will know, I can't read. So, yeah, but it's a cool idea. You're right.
You idea.
Yeah, so I've got to talk to Malcolm about that, because what I'd really like is if we funded, or if the money raised funded a particular project next year or an idea, it'd be nice to be able to feed that into the newsletter. But I don't want to give him a load of work either. So that's cool. Anyway, why don't we talk to Carl? Do you want to go through the merch and what's going on?
Can do. Yeah.
Okay. I'll hand over to
Cool.
you then.
Okay. So with this year, we have not done the merch through ourselves. It's a lot of work involved when we do that. It's a lot of chasing, and effectively it's like herding cats. So we have gone through Redbubble. However, with that being said, there are a couple of things that are not going through Redbubble. So first I'm going to go over to James, who's going to show his desktop. And we have some door hangers, keep out door hangers.
I'm glad you gave me lots of warning on that,
yeah.
because I'm completely ready.
Yes. So if you flick your camera to your thingy. Now the numbers on these are limited. We didn't want to get too many because we didn't want to just end up throwing them away. I think he's still there, James.
I am, yeah. No, it's okay. I'm just crunching buttons.
There we go.
There we go.
We have a keep out door hanger. Your small bits are at risk. Carpet monster inside. And on the other side, we have the 48 logo for 2025 and keep calm and make models. So the logo is pretty much the same. The outer color has changed to red, and we've got 2025 in the 8 just to donate that is for 2025. Cool. Thanks for that, James. And I do believe there are some patches coming, but that is still a work in progress.
Yeah, as far as the patches go, what I'm going to do is after this weekend, I'm going to put a post up on the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, or you don't like Facebook and you want another way of contacting us, contact us through contact@48-48.org and put in the heading patch and say you want one and give your details, etc. So the idea being is that I'm not going to order any until I know A, how much they are, and B, how many people want them, because that will reflect on the cost. At the moment, it's looking around sort of £5 to £6 for a patch ish. But we hopefully will be able to bring that down a little bit more. But I'm going to put a little thing up on the Facebook page. And if you are interested in the patch, please make sure you go to that post and put your name down. Then what I'll do is I'll look at how many people there are. If there's sufficient enough people to keep the price reasonable, then what I'll do is I'll notify you in a post that will be to all of you. And then you will have 7 days to pay the money. And if the money is then paid and everyone's paid up front and it's done, then I'll place the order and it will be delivered to you. If there's not enough, or there's the money doesn't come in or whatever, they won't be ordered and the money will be returned to those that paid them, though, instead of waiting for people to pay here and there. It feels a bit harsh, if I'm honest, but I really don't have hundreds of pounds in which I can buy bits and pieces in and then wait for the money. That's just not something I can do. So obviously if you are not in the UK and abroad, then obviously bear in mind the fact that there is cost of postage. And one of the reasons we went with Redbubble this year is because the price of postage is incredibly stupid at the moment.
Yes.
So that will make a balance and a difference. But if we can send it to you as a letter with a patch in, you sort of can. It shouldn't be too expensive. So, but that will go up on Monday, he says, because I'm going to write that on my list of things to do.
Yeah. We did try to do it through Redbubble. Unfortunately, Redbubble do not do embroidered patches.
No.
They do a sticker that looks like a patch, but obviously it's not a patch, it's a sticker. So, okay, so yes, Go on.
One other thing I will say as well is we do have a badge. Which are you going to go through what's on the merch, Carl?
Yes. Yeah. I've got
Okay,
the
so
website
Carl will
up
go
and
through it in a
everything, so we're gonna go
second.
through that.
Also, in relation to the patch, just be aware that there is going to potentially be a special pin badge, which will be completely different to what Carl's about to show you and go through with you.
Yes.
But again, I'm waiting on costings for that at the moment. So just keep your ears open. We'll let you know as soon as we can. Another great reason for you to go onto that website, www.48-48.org, and sign up, put your name and email address in, because then I can notify you as soon as I've got the information rather than looking on Facebook, etc. I'll shut up. Over to Carl.
Oh, I didn't think he'd ever stop, did you? Anyway, okay, so there are 2 links up at the moment. There is one over on the Model Officers Mess Facebook page. It is pinned to the top of the group. So you can click on the link there to get to Redbubble, or you can go to the 48-48.org website and click on the merch tab there. So I will share my screen. Okay, there. So this is the website. Can I make that full screen? There we go. So Redbubble, like I say, follow the links. It will take you to the merch page. Now, the front of the page does not look overly busy. There is pretty much just 4 items there, what looks like 4 items. But every time you click on one of these, you will have 100 things to choose from. Okay, there's the pin badge that James was talking about. So it just says I took part in the 48 in 2025, and £2.59. So not overly expensive. Yeah, just so you're aware, there is a sale on Redbubble at the moment till the end of the month. So 6 days left. There's a 25% off site wide. So yeah, there are multiple things to choose from: water bottles, fridge stickers, magnets, all sorts of stuff. And then we've got the apron. I quite like this apron. I'll probably be getting one of these myself, for all those dropped objects and things like that. And then we're into mugs, paint water, do not drink. And obviously on the other side it says 48. And there's 2 style of mugs. You've got the standard mug and you've got the fancy mug there. And then we're into hats. So 2 style of hats. You've got the baseball cap, standard baseball cap, and you've got the pork pie cap. And obviously you can go in and you can choose whatever color you want. Like I say, at the moment there's a sale on, so there's almost, well, yeah, just over £5 off. So pretty good deals at the moment. I quite like the black one. I think James likes that one as well.
I do, yeah,
because he's put it in the basket. And there's what called a dad hat and a baseball cap. I don't know what the difference is. They look the same to me. You can go for any color that you want. And then we are into t-shirts. In the t-shirts, there is anything from a t-shirt all the way through to hoodies. You just scroll through and you can choose pretty much anything that you want clothes wise. But yeah, again, the t-shirt is just plain black, nothing on the back. Oh, looks like it's put it on the front and the back. Okay, I shall have to edit that and change it. So yeah, so that is pretty much the merch. Like I say, we've nothing to do with it. We've put, for donation wise, we put 10% markup on the Redbubble's price. So 10% of your purchase will go to Models for Heroes. And that is pretty much the merch. Please head on over, take a look. Anything you fancy, please buy.
We did look at a shower curtain, because we did talk about a shower curtain with Malcolm's image on there. But Redbubble, it flagged a red flag apparently. So yeah, we can't do that, which is probably a good thing.
Yes.
but yeah, you can pretty much pick out anything you like. Especially the clothing wise, there's loads of different choices there for you to make. So please, yeah, do grab some, and if you can do it now when you get the discount, why not? Just a no-brainer, really. Save yourself a little bit of money, and you can put that towards what you want to buy in the auction, etc. The other reason we've done Redbubble, obviously, is because no matter where you are in the world, it will service your requirements locally. So you're giving a little bit of work locally to someone as well.
You won't get hit with a big mail bill.
Yeah, so it's well worth doing that way. We don't make an awful lot out of it, but to be honest, we decided that the potential stress that it can give us, it was worth doing it that way this year. See how it goes. See what you like. We are open to ideas and suggestions, but you need to be fairly quick off the mark to tell us so we can organise stuff if you want stuff. So that's right. Let's have a quick look at the chat, see where we're at. Crazy Locos, as always, is talking loads and lots. 13 people watching. Please make sure you say hello. He's saying, of course, yes, on patches. He also says, you can confirm the donation link is working. Interesting. He's going to get maybe a hat and a mug, and he feels like I've twisted his arm, so that's cool. Right. Well, I think I'll hand over to Steph. Steph has got his hat on.
Yeah.
Hip, hip, hooray! More cheese, Gromit. Lovely.
Muted.
It's really good that you're muted as well. It just aids the entertainment factor.
Oh no!
Sorry.
What
That's
is
all right. So come on then. Tell us what you've been doing over the last month, last couple of days, really. You haven't really put that much effort in.
Well, it all started in October.
Yeah.
Sending emails out, talking to people, because last year was a bit short notice. And we decided for this year we'll start about 5 months before the actual event, just to try and get a few more people on board. So yeah, we've managed to do that. I'll run through the people we've got on board so far. We're still waiting for people to come on. We've got 30, just over 30 confirmed donations, but there are still about 7 or 8 donors who have said, yes, we're coming. We want to be involved, but they haven't told us what they're donating yet. So that will increase quite a lot. So because of that, James and I have decided that we're going to cut the auction lot time from 5 minutes to 3 minutes. So then it gets a lot more interesting and a lot more fun, because you get sniping a lot more. I love it. So I'll go through the return donors so we know who's coming back. This is in no particular order. So we've got Metro Hobbies, who are helping with the Australian auction. Thank you, guys. Spruebox, cheers, James. Modelers United, thanks, Fred. Salisbury Model Centre, cheers, Oz. Mason's Models, thanks, Steve. SMS, they're helping out with the UK and Australia. Again, thank you very much, Scott.
Yes, good effort.
It is. EBMA are back. Cheers, Andy. Rubicon, thanks, Dave. They're back again. And Airfix, cheers, Dale. And Paul,
Indeed.
thank you very much. Right, the new ones. In no particular order. CSM, Copper State Models.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Ravel.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Very
excellent.
Edward,
Wow.
Mhm.
thank you very much.
Yes.
And finally, ICM.
Blimey.
Awesome. So they're the new ones we managed to get this year after lots of
Nice.
tree crawling and chatting people up at Telford.
Yes.
They're the ones we've got so far. There's a couple of others that I have got my fingers in the pie of, and there's another one that I've just thought of the other day that I'm going to give a shout to see if they would, because they were brilliant at the Key World Model Show, because we spent a lot of time talking to them then, and they were great. So I'm going to have a word with those. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guessing for the models, but there is all sorts. This year we have got planes, trains, automobiles, boats, the whole shebang, everything, the whole range.
Have you got a forklift?
I didn't say forklift. No, I haven't got a forklift.
Try. I'm after a model of a forklift truck. If anyone knows where I can get one, please let me know. I'm looking for one around the 1/24 to 1/18 scale.
Okay.
For a little
I got
project
four
for
candles.
Telford.
Oh, nice. Have you got a 3D printer, Carl?
I do, but it's boxed up, ready to be gotten rid of.
Right. Okay. If you can find one as an STL, let me know and I'll print it off here.
Magic.
Okay.
I think Hasegawa did one.
Yeah, I thought he did as well. I was looking with Carl the other night and I couldn't find one. Just to add on to what Steph was just saying there, obviously the list we've just read out of donators does not include the US. So
No.
you have the likes of Tamiya, you have Value Gear,
Yeah, there's quite a lot of
Verbal
smaller companies.
decals and all that sort of stuff. I don't know who is returning or who they've got this year yet, but as soon as I do, we'll do another little video like this, maybe with Scott if he's got time, and he can run through it with them in a bit more depth. So, like I say, all the donators from last year are on the webpage, www.48/48.org, and they will be on there until about a month before the event. The event is on the 14th, Friday the 14th of March this year, because we haven't said that yet.
No, we've not.
No. So obviously make sure you put this date in your calendar because you need to be there. I am aware that the efforts they went to last year in the US was phenomenal, and they wanted to beat that again. So this year's going to be mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing, because I'm aware. I don't know everything because I've left Steph to it, but I'm aware of some of the items that are coming in or have been suggested, and it's insane, if I'm honest. So it's going to be a super weekend, and Steph's going to have his job cut out. If you're into your magazines, can you make sure you look out in the magazines? So in Airfix Model World, for example, and other publications, there may be a little bit of a write-up on this particular event. So pick up your magazines and show them some support and love by doing that. And then what I have asked from them is I've given them a press release in which they're hopefully going to do a little story about. And then what we hopefully will do is we'll maybe pick a few pictures and get an article in there as well with your work. I'm not sure whether, and I'm sort of throwing them under the bus a little bit here, but I'm not sure whether any of the magazine companies are going to provide anything towards the auction. But there was a muted conversation I had with one of them a couple of weeks ago, where they suggested they might well link up and do something. Quite know what that is yet, but so we've got lots of things working in the background and things coming. So yeah, it's going to be super busy this year. We did also talk about maybe splitting the auction in the UK if it becomes too many items, but stick with us. Steph will work it all out.
Yep.
So that's all good. Scott says, I know of a 1/32ish scale lift, but probably too small.
Potentially, yes.
And Crazy's just
Thanks,
saying
Scott.
Yeah, thanks, mate. He loves insane auctions. Yeah, this year is going to be insane. Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. The other thing in which I wanted to announce as well was, and a big thank you actually, was for the poll that I put into the Facebook group in relation to the nominated kits that we were going to do this year. So the idea behind this was, I'm looking down because I'm trying to put it up on the screen so I can see what I'm talking about. The idea behind this was that we were going to nominate a couple of kits and suggest that you can either build them out of the box, or if you really want to get really funky, you could scratch build something using parts from these kits. So,
or one of the kits and use your bit box to modify it.
So, I just realised you featured it, didn't you? Hang on a second, let me get to featured.
Yeah,
so it's a featured post at the top. It will be closing today after I've done this. We've done this little thing, where you can also find information about the auction and your Redbubble link. It's on the featured list as well. So we did a poll and basically said to you, what sort of kits do you think? What would you like? And the two that come out on top was the 148th Airfix Supermarine Spitfire, and he says, and the 148th Tamiya Sherman. So those are the kits that we are going to nominate this year. However, I'm going to give you a little twist just to try and help, because obviously what I wouldn't want you to do is go out and buy both kits and then smash them all together, because that would be really expensive. So what I'm willing to accept is, if you don't want to do an out-of-the-box build for either the 148th Airfix Supermarine Spitfire, any mark, that is, any mark whatsoever, or the 148th Sherman, what you can do, if you've got a bits box with parts from either of those kits, you want to stick it, let's say you're going to make a spaceship and you're going to use, I don't know, let's say the turret of a Sherman with the wings of a Spitfire, some insane reason. If you've got those in your bit box, that's great. That ticks that box. So, and that basically means it doesn't have to be Airfix. It just means it's got to be a Spitfire or a Sherman if you're using bits box. But you must tell us that's what you're doing, so we don't think, oh, he's got two boxes. You know what I mean? So as long as you're clear and transparent about it, it's not a problem. And as per usual, for you, if you're getting involved, a 148th kit is generally a good idea for the 48-hour build. However, if you want to go mad and go a different way, different route, it doesn't matter. Just any kit that isn't started until the Friday, 14th of March at 8 o'clock in your time zone, then I'm cool with that. So if you want to do a 1/16th figure, 1/16th Sherman, if you want, up to you. And then the other caveat is, A, it's not started, but B, you don't have to finish it within the 48 hours. So all we're really interested in is you being involved and getting involved in the event and enjoying the event and doing a bit of model making and hanging out with each other and having a laugh and a joke and bidding on some stuff and giving some money to charity. That is what the event's about. It's not about how beautiful you make it or how many lights it's got, smoke machines, bases, whatever. I mean, if you want to go down that route, Belgium,
Holland,
Belgium, Sweden, because they're all of those three are just mad and insane, they will do it.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm whatever you want to do for that event is fine. But my advice would be, go easy, don't stress yourself out too much, make sure you take your breaks and your coffee breaks and eat and sleep and all that sort of stuff, and just get involved. So those are the two kits: 148 Airfix Submarine Spitfire, any mark, and the 148th Sherman by Tamiya is the kits where you can do out of the box and you get like an extra point. It's a kudos point. You're not going to mount up to anything more than that. So, it's just a way of sort of directing you into a different format, if you like. So I'm going to hand over to someone else to talk in a second, but I'll just do the chat very quickly. So Scale Model History is saying, got to go. Really looking forward to this year's build. I hope I can make it. Yes, I hope you're there too. Have a good night. Crazy's just saying, get involved, hang out, enjoy the fellowship. Indeed.
Yes.
And his vacation time is all confirmed.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah. Cool.
Scale Model History has just said there, he's got to go. Really looking forward to this year's build. Hope I can make it. Yeah. We hope you can make it as well.
Cool. So why don't we give Graham a chance to talk, because he's sitting there looking ever so quiet, which is very unlike him.
I'm being a good boy.
You
Right. So he comes on here pretending he's like all innocent and stuff. He literally just before he went live, and Steph witnessed this, he went, "If you say one word, I'm coming round your house."
Yeah.
He did. Put me right in my place. Anyway, hi. I don't do group builds. What am I here for?
Full screen as well.
Oh dear. So I've never taken part in the 48 and 48 because up until about 3 weeks ago, I didn't do group builds. But somebody sort of snaffled me in. If you listen to the latest episode of Just Making Conversation podcast, you will understand that. And after agreeing to one group build, no, it went the other way around, didn't it?
It was the other way around, in fairness.
It was the other way around.
Yes.
It was this
and
one.
I don't want to take your thunder out of your sail, so to speak, but realistically,
You agreed to this one first. Yeah.
I asked you.
Oh yeah,
if
you
you
didn't.
would be willing to do some hosting. Hence
Yes,
why I made
you
that
didn't.
comment right at the beginning.
Yeah, but no, right. No, let's get this straight, right? Because I don't want to kind of reenact the whole hook in the mouth and the fish reeling in thing that we did the other night. But in an effort to get me back modelling again, which I'm eternally grateful to Mr. Skiffins for, because he's done a really good job of it. He mentioned the 48 and 48, and of course I just did my usual grumbling. And then he sent me a little message and said, "Actually, you know this 48 and 48 thing, would you like to do a bit of hosting?" Well, he knows I like this stuff. He knows I love being in front of a camera with a microphone. And he got me right in my Achilles. Like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. And then I'm thinking, well, if I'm sitting there in front of a camera with everybody building around me, I might as well have a build myself, hadn't I? So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna have a go. I'm to be honest, after doing that little Stuka thing, it's the first time in ages that I've attempted a group build and not felt anxious about it. So hopefully all should be good. And a 48 Tamiya Sherman is right where I was aiming for anyway. So that's falling right into my lap.
Oh,
James, am I right in saying that he was going to do a diorama as well?
I might
I can
try.
remember that. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing a practice at the minute. If I can get my head around that, and I've got some materials kicking around, because it's not going to take me all that long to knock a 48 scale Sherman together. Not a Tamiya one, because they're really easy.
Yes.
So, yeah, I might just stick it on a little vignette or something if I've got time. I've got all like loads of terrain supplies and stuff. But to be honest, I'm really looking forward to it now. It's never even been on me. Well, I've been aware of it because obviously I'm aware of stuff, but it's never something that I've really paid a lot of attention to because it's for all intents and purposes, it's a group build, and I don't do group builds at all. So yeah, buzzing, can't wait.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting again.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
It's funny, isn't it? You know, I have found that the little I say to Graham, the more he throws himself under the bus. So
yeah.
For those of you who don't know James is one of those people that calls 10 most today.
Oh, I think Carl's got a bit funny.
Steph's dancing. Where's the music coming from?
There is some music. I put it on for Crazy because he does like a bit of a dance. Anyway, we'll be listening to that later.
Trust me, Graham, you will be. You
Yes.
will love that tune by the end of the weekend.
Okay.
You'll be thinking about it for weeks afterwards.
Yes. Just as you're getting over it, we'll be doing 48 and 48 2026.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, Graham, do you know we were talking about shorts today, and I don't mean the ones you wear. That's a really good idea. Remind me, I'm going to talk to you about shorts.
Okay.
Because I've just suddenly thought, and I don't mean this in a horrible way to throw you under the bus in any way, shape, or form, but I might give you that music and get you to do some shorts for 48 and 48.
I can do that.
Yeah, I knew you could.
Of course I can. Camera, microphone, music. Yeah. What's not to love?
Stop fighting me. Yeah. So the music will be back. Of course, we've still got permission to use it, so that's wonderful. Haven't got loads of new things, so new videos and that sort of stuff yet. Although I was asked by Mr. Childs himself about this same subject only last night. So I think he's got his loudspeaker out asking for volunteers, so that's cool. So yeah, we'll do the usual videos. We'll do the videos telling what's coming, you take breaks, a couple of videos from beneficiaries, supporters, and other bits and pieces. And it might, if you're really lucky, be a little bit of a spot the famous person as well. But you never know. So there you go. No, crazy, not really shorts. No, you don't want to see any of us in shorts. Trust me. I meant short videos, but yeah, we'll try and do a couple for fun, maybe, because that might help Graham with something else he's got planned for later. So yeah, so we've covered the kits. What? We've covered the kits. We've covered the merch. We've covered the auction. We've told you about the website, which is www.48-48.org. Go over there. Sign up for the newsletter, etc., and the fact you're going to get involved. Tell your friends, and a big please to anybody who's watching this: if you are a member of a model making club anywhere in the world that you meet up and chat about your models monthly or whatever, please mention this event and get your group involved. Now, that's a massive shout out to the Australian and New Zealand area, because I really, really want us to have lots of people to participate in this year. So much so that I've spoken to a couple of the companies out there to try and help them as well as us promote the event. And we are or should be in contact with somebody who makes one of the biggest shows in Australia through the group that he runs, having a chat with them to see if they can get them involved in some form. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I don't know, shall I? Don't even think about it. Just get involved, get your group involved, get your friends involved. You can hang out in the way in which you normally hang out. If that's what you do online, you can have us in the background so you can see what's going on. It gives you the ability to bid on stuff and all that. We will, of course, have the Discord group from Friends for Models for Heroes again this year, which I almost forgot to say. The guys there are going to run the Discord hangout group there all the way through the event, which is fantastic, run by volunteers. But it also gives you the opportunity.
Good laugh in there.
Yeah, you can have a good laugh in there while seeing what's going on in here with us as presenters and stuff. But it also gives you the opportunity to speak to people that are volunteers and beneficiaries of the charity in the hangout, where you can talk to them about what is this charity all about? What will this money make? What difference does it make? Swap some ideas, talk about model kits. If you're ex-forces, be it military or civilian, it will give you the opportunity to meet similar people and kick around chats about the old days and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's a great event. It's a great community event, and that is what's so important. Is we are a community celebrating our birthday while celebrating it with communities globally, making a community, support a community of veteran beneficiaries through the charity. So that is really, really important. So it's not, the hobby can be really solitary. So it's not about being solitary. It's about being part of the community and getting involved. So please make sure you do. We have So Jeremy is there. He said, looking forward to the event again this year. Always a great time. And the last thing in which I wanted to mention was actually someone has gifted. So Crazy has gifted memberships from my model chat, my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that, Crazy. You are crazy, literally. But someone will have their membership to the channel. Any money that's raised from this day onwards through to the other side of the event will be handed over to Models for Heroes. So if you sign up to Models for Heroes, to the Model Officers YouTube channel on the basic package, you will get that money will go to Models for Heroes. I have to keep track of that, and I will write it down in 2 seconds. So so if you are being gifted, I'd forgotten all about that. If you are being gifted what it is there's some membership levels. There's 3 membership levels on the channel, and one is just to show a little bit of support towards the channel to help us fund things, crazy ideas that we have, and then there are other things in which go on, which are all explained in the description below. So you can have a look. But it's not about me. It's not about the channel. It's about the community and raising money for Models for Heroes. So. Again, thank you very much for that, Crazy. There will be some videos and stuff coming out soon. But that's for another video, which will be out next week. But I'll explain all there. So there's lots of exciting stuff coming up. We've got loads of amazing things you can bid on. As to say, we will have the hosts that we've had from year on year. We've got a few new faces as well that are joining the team. So in Australia, we've got 5 hosts now, I believe, of which
excellent.
Steph is an honorary Australasian. He'll be down there with them.
Stand on your head, Steph.
Yeah. But you'll have Ian there and John and
Cameron,
thank you.
and Scott Everson.
Thank you. So they've got a full team there. Helping out. Obviously, we'll have myself, Carl, Graham, and Steve. We'll also have Malcolm knocking around, but I don't want him to do any hosting as per se. But I'm sure he'll help out if he feels it needs to. But we'll also be joined by Miranda and Stefan, as usual, from our lovely people over in Holland. Netherlands, whatever. Why can't we just have like a normal country name? Anyway, just half the audience. But yeah, they'll be with us as well as usual. And then obviously in America, we've got Scott and Darren, who ran it all so amazingly well last year.
They've got a nice big crew there. So
they've got a massive crew. Lots of people want to get on and get involved. I haven't managed to speak to them yet, but I will be talking to Scott real soon. And I'm hoping, if they haven't arranged it already, that they're going to have a helping hand with a few extra faces for the hosts, because I don't want them to work too hard. But they've got people that are jumping every single session for as long as anybody needs, because they've got a really great team. So yeah, that's fantastic. So really excited, looking forward to it. Obviously, from the UK point of view to the US, we don't want them to win this year, so we've got to dig real deep.
yes.
Australia, I reckon, you know what, you guys down under, you really need to pull some communities together and get some extra support. But I reckon you're in a fair chance to do a good showing for the auction, if not a really good showing. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with all the lots and bits and pieces for that yet, and I'm well aware from someone quite major down there that they haven't thrown their hat in the ring quite yet, but they more than likely will do very soon. So we'll see. But yeah, so we have those 3 auctions in those 3 time zones, but obviously in the Australasia area we will have people from Japan. I know they're getting involved, New Zealand and Australia. For us in the Europeans area, you've got Sweden, Holland, Germany. Oh, I've missed one. I know I've already.
Belgium.
UK, Belgium, for that section, and then in America, you've got Americans and the Canadians. There is some talk of potentially someone from Peru, maybe, or
Peru?
somewhere else in the
Paddington.
Americas. So it's not Paddington. I don't want to concern anyone, but Paddington is not taking part this year. He's busy.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, his calendar is full.
He's having
But
tea with the Queen.
he has sent some marmalade sandwiches over to help with the breaks, apparently. So that's very kind of him. Thank you, Paddington. And so if you're watching this and thinking to yourself, never done this before, it sounds like a bit of a giggle, give it a go. If you want to look on the channel at previous years, if you want to put yourself through that pain and see what goes on, please
Go
do.
way back to the first one and see what we were doing way back on the first one.
You tend to find in the higher number of episodes is where the auctions are. If you want to see how that runs, the American one I would suggest you go and look at because there's a bit of a laugh. Can't think what episode it is, but they do like a sniper, and it's great fun, good humoured, but ugly, like super ugly. But yeah, well worth.
They're evil to each other.
Yeah, they
and
can
there's
be.
money flying around, big style.
So well worth a look. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly look here. Jeremy, apparently you're a YouTube member, so congratulations for that. I guess that's one of Crazy's gifts that he's given out. He does that quite a lot. He's a very nice and generous supporter of many YouTube channels. So indeed. Well done. Drop me an email by all means. And as Crazy just says there, oh yeah, sniping is the way of life in an auction. Yes. I think actually from last year, I got a sneaky feeling there's a bit of a hit list going on between a few people.
Yes.
Yeah, so that could be quite interesting how that works out.
There's lots of revenge going on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think we've covered everything, guys, haven't we?
Yep. I don't think there's much more to add. It was due to be a reasonably concise and short show. So
there you go. So apparently Jeremy it's not his fault. So thank you, Jeremy. That's wonderful. I appreciate that. Watch out for a video. He did it on his own. Oh, I hope you got your parents' permission. Went in the nicest way. Watch out. There'll be a video going out next week to explain a little bit more about the packages and how everything goes. I will just mention it just purely because you're there, Jeremy. There is a Discord server in which you can come and hang out anytime. Get involved with that, but I will drop you a message personally and explain it a little bit more, or see you on the next video or whatever. But some really exciting times for the channel and for the communities in which we serve. And this event is going to be the biggest and the best, as always, each year. I can't wait. So I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Is that all right with you guys?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you all for watching. Those that are not watching this live, not a problem. By all means, please send me a message if you've got any questions, or put a message on the bottom of the video. The description link should be up to date, but I will double check it later on to make sure it's there. And if you have any more questions or thoughts about the event that you need to answer, the website is, lads,
www.
No, don't put the www in because it doesn't work. It takes
does.
you somewhere else. It doesn't for me. 48-48.org.
There we go. That'll do. Check it out and keep up to date with things, and make sure you sign up. So it's all good, and we will speak to you soon. Make sure you do your merch, and make sure you have got literally 6 days left to get 25% off your merch. What are you waiting for? Bye.
See you, everybody. See you soon. Bye.